What's going on, people? How y'all doing? This is the I Give a Damn Jam podcast and show, and I'm here with my lovely co-host,
Melissa B. Neal.
yes, today, and we are going to get educated. Yes, I said educated about real estate and the things that goes on with real estate. And the guest that is going to bring forth this information is a very dear friend and family member, a sister from a different mister, mama and all that good stuff. She just family. It's we don't have the same bloodline, but we're like just as blood as we can get. So without further ado, I want y'all to give a damn jam applause to Shawanda Robinson. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, listen, let the folks know, what you do and what you give a damn about.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me on the I Give a Damn. I am so happy to be here, and thank you
Yes.
for having me here. I'm excited to give you guys some information. I am Shawanda Robinson. I am a native Washingtonian. I have been a realtor in the DMV for going on 7 years now. Been licensed since October 2015, and it is in what I give a damn about is teaching people the leverage of real estate.
The leverage of real estate. Now, you have been around a lot of folks who deal in real estate. We ain't gonna drop any names.
Correct.
And you grew up seeing that uptown. Let me how first of all, let them know where you're from and what inspired you to get into what you're into now.
Okay. So I am from we used to just call it Uptown, period, and that's what it used to be. But I am from the Petworth area. So I'm near Grant Circle, New Hampshire Avenue, Georgia Avenue, in that area of DC. What inspired me to get into real estate is that I've always had a love for real estate, always liked architecture, always looked at houses, always had that thing about it. And then I also came to a point in life where I wondered, okay, what am I doing with my life? I hated my job. I hated everything about where I was working. And I was like, you got to find something that you like to do.
Right.
And so I had to do soul searching to figure that out. And so I was like, you've always had a love for real estate. You've always liked that. You like to help people, real estate, helping people. It just made sense. So that's how it actually started. So I was working my good government job, and I started going to real estate classes after working 10 hours a day at my good government job.
Okay.
And so that's how it all started. Yes.
That is dope.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing because you already had the good government job that everybody target, but you still see something bigger. Let me ask you this: did you have a fear to start something new? Did you have anybody around you that done it before, or you just went in?
No, I had nobody that had done it before, and I did not tell many people what I was doing because I did real estate. I got licensed and still held my job, and I stayed at my good government job for about a year, and then I left and did real estate full time. And when I made that transition from leaving my government job to real estate full time, I told my mother and my best friend, and that was it because people will put things in your mind and make you start to doubt yourself. So the least amount of people you tell about what you're trying to do, especially with things of that magnitude, when people aren't, a lot of people in my circle are not entrepreneurs. So they would not understand leaving the security of the government, federal government, not just local government, but the federal government, and
Right.
moving into something that can be uncertain. But I was like, okay, I had people who were like, well, there's so many people who are realtors, there's so many people who are this, and and it's like, yeah, but they're not me. That has nothing to do with you. So I kept it limited, the amount of people that I told that I was making this transition.
I love that. I feel like other than real estate, you just dropped the gem for the audience
Yes.
of when you're working on your dreams and you can't tell everyone. Wow,
And
wow.
I mean, honestly, and I mean, sometimes people will be supportive, but a lot of times, especially, and I don't think it comes from a malicious place. I just think it comes from a place of the uncertainty. And so it's
Mm.
like, okay, a government job is certainty. I'm going to always get paid, if I call in sick, I'm going to use my sick leave and I still get a check every 2 weeks. But in real estate or being an entrepreneur, as you guys know, you have to put in work. There aren't sick days. You don't get paid if you don't work. You just have to take that on the head. So people don't understand that. So it's like, oh my gosh, you're going to leave your job and you're going to do real estate? Like, will you survive? And so that was so after I did it, that's what some people were, said. But I'm not that type of person. I'm going to always do what I want to, I'm always do what I want to do eventually. I'll take things into consideration. However, things like this, I think when you're moving into the entrepreneurial mindset, it's actually different. And again, not knocking anyone with a job. I had a job for a long time. It's whatever makes you happy. I was unhappy in a job. So I don't tell people entrepreneurship is definitely not for everyone. Working a 9-to-5 is definitely not for everyone. It was not for me. I did it for a long time. I made it work, but it wasn't my thing. But whatever you're going to do, it's like, whatever that is, do it, because people are going to have something to say regardless. And you just have to do what's best for you.
Well, I'm glad that you gave a damn on listening to your inner calling. It's someone who's going to be in a home because of you, and your help is invaluable. What did that first year look like for you when you made that transition? How was it? What was your first deal?
So ironically, I got licensed in October of I hung my license at a brokerage in October of 2015, and I closed my first deal in November of 2015. Ironically, I had a guy who was relocating, and so it just like instantly started, and it started that way. And I was like, okay, I think I could, that first deal made me say, okay, I think I could do this, because it happened in a month, which is not usually what happens in real estate. Sometimes it takes people a whole year or years, honestly, to get going. But that first one started, and then it was like, okay, so what do you need to do? And then it just started coming, and I started getting more and more business. And I was like, you know what? You can do this. You don't have to be where you don't want to be, because I was just unhappy in my job. And some people love their jobs, but I didn't love mine. And I was like, this is absolutely not my life. And I need to figure out something better so that I can have a fulfilling life.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I applaud that. I'm a third generation entrepreneur, in the Jerome, the Jerome family well. That's your family as well. We all family. Right. Seeing my Uncle Jerry, Jerome, and my Uncle Henry, who was a attorney, a real estate attorney and recorder of deeds for the city. Right. I didn't know what that was at 18 when he helped me out. I was out there, you know what I mean? I was in the Superior Court building, and he came across the street. His office was across the street downtown. And when I found out what he did as far as recorder of deeds for the city, and he's still active, he's still doing his thing. Wow. Yeah, he's still. So I wanted him on the podcast to connect with you. But either way, I still think it's some circle of connection, and that's why I do what I do with the show, to connect everybody with people that I know that does what they do. As a barber, I hear everybody going for different careers. So it's like I know a lot of different people who do this or who do that. So you know how it is. Now that you have like made this career jump, and how are you feeling now? You know what I'm saying? You have a different glow about you. I mean, I've seen you change over the years. It seems like you're happier. What's the day like for you? I mean, what's a business day like for you? That's what I meant to ask you.
So business days can vary from day to day. Okay. It all depends on the day. My days now mostly look like talking with people, doing consultations, going to listing appointments. That's mostly the bulk of my day, following up with talking to ex-clients, things of that nature are mostly what my day is composed of now. It can be sometimes showing houses. It can be home inspection. It can be meeting an appraiser that's doing an appraisal on a house. It could be going to closing. It is so many different things, which makes real estate such an exciting career, is because your days are never the same. I've never had the exact same day. There's never the exact same transaction. Every transaction is a new day. You started with new people. You're dealing with a new set of, you have a new appraiser, you have a new listing agent, you have a new buyer's, if you're not the buyer's agent, a new co-op agent, you have, every client is different. So the approach that you take to each client and what works for one client is not going to work for every client. So it's always an ever-changing day and an ever-changing job, which makes it exciting. And because and then you also, so literally you honestly are working with somebody through a transaction. And then after that, you're talking, you keep in touch. I keep in touch with my clients as much as possible, or as much as they want me to keep in touch with them, because I do care about them after the transaction. Do some of my clients reach out for me? They may need help they may need a landscaper. They may need a real estate attorney. They may need all different types of things. So I'm also a resource to my clients after the transaction, not just in the transaction, because after that you need to get your basement may flood. You may need all types of different resources. So I have other people that I have as resources as well that I provide to my clients, and just to say, hey, how you doing? How are things going? How's the house? Do you need anything? Did you have any more questions, or whatever that is? So I still follow up with my clients after the transaction too.
That is dope.
That really is. I was going to ask you, what type of advice do you have for the listeners with getting into just buying a home? Like, what is the first step? Yes. What's the first step?
Good question.
So there are, I can give you, there are a lot of steps. Now, let me say that there can be a lot of steps, but I would say the most important things about buying real estate is, one, having a budget. And that means, okay, so you have your mortgage, but aside from your mortgage, and your mortgage is made up of what is called a principal, PITI, principal, insurance, taxes, and interest. So that is what your mortgage payment is composed of. So that's just your mortgage payment, right? But you still have to pay electric, all your utilities. You still have to pay for your cell phone, groceries, all of those things. Coming up with a realistic budget for yourself, because the bank approves you off of your gross income, not your net income. That's a big thing too. So they approve you off of money that you actually do not bring home. So they approve you off of your gross income, not your net income. So when they approve you, they look at your bank statements and they'll say, okay, you bring home $5,000 a month. Now your net income could possibly be $2,000 a month, but they approve you off of the gross amount. So you have to come up with a budget that is realistic for you to still be comfortable. That is one thing I would definitely suggest, is that you come up with a budget that you're going to pay out, because you have to do your mortgage, you have to do your utilities, cell phone, entertainment, whatever things, travel budget, whatever that is that makes you comfortable. Find out what that number is. So, and then that's the biggest part. The one part is that. The other part is that you have to have a certain amount of savings, because although there are several home buying programs that can assist, and I say the word assist because there's no getting in the house for $0. That is not a thing. And when people say that, it's really not a thing. It may happen, but you cannot bank on it happening. Let me say that, because I have had clients in the past. It hasn't happened this year, but in 2019, I had several clients that purchased a home and they ended up getting money back at the table, because they were able to use great programs that allowed them to do that. They got seller assistance and they were able to use programs. However, in the current...
Hold on. Say that first one again.
Which one? That they got into the house and got money back at the table?
Yes, let's go step by step on that one. What programs are out there like that?
There are programs out there like that. In this market, would I say that is possible? I would probably say it is few and far in between that would actually happen. So my clients at that time used a program that was called the Neighborhood Lift program that came through Wells Fargo, and Wells Fargo provided them like about $20,000, and then they were also able to piggyback off of other programs such as the Merlin Mortgage Program or HPAP or things like that. They were able to combine programs, and when I say that, that means you get money from one program and you get another from another program, and when they got the money from two programs, that meant that they didn't have to come to the table with anything. So everything that they put out, which was their earnest money deposit, they got back at closing. That is very rare. It's very rare, but it happened to 2 of my clients in that year. Now in the current market, it is more of a seller's market. Therefore, sellers are not really looking to provide any type of assistance. And they are still, programs are still available, such as the Maryland Mortgage Program, which is a very common program that people use in Maryland. The common programs in DC would be like HPAP and DC Open Doors. And then if you are a DC government employee, you can use EHAP, which is their employee assistance program. So there's money that is available to DC government employees to purchase a home, but it has to be in DC, of course. So that is something that DC does for their employees. But I would say having savings, because you will have to put down payment in the current. I'm going to speak on the current market now. So in the current market, I suggest that you definitely have enough money to close the loan, cash to close. So that's your down payment, which is usually 3 to 5% of whatever your purchase price is, and then having the closing costs, which are things like transfer and recordation taxes and title company fees and things like that. Those are things that are like closing costs. So having a cushion, I suggest that you have a cushion, one, because maybe you don't use all of your money for closing, but when you get in a house, you don't want to get into a house with no savings. So you don't want to take, if you had say $20,000 saved and you took that $20,000 and put it into your house, and then you get in that house, all you have is you have no savings and something happens, then you put yourself behind the 8 ball. So having that cushion is very important if you can. I do
give a damn about keeping a roof over your head, and having something that, like you said, cushion.
That rainy day fund, a rainy day fund, because what if you lose your job, or you don't want to immediately not be able to pay your mortgage. You want to be able to say, okay, I have 3 months reserved to find another job, to not put that pressure on yourself, so that's one of the things. Savings, credit is the 2 biggest obstacles that most of my clients face are savings and credit. Credit. And so what I've come to realize with a lot of people with credit is that people are ashamed when they have bad credit, not knowing that bad credit is curable. You don't have to always have bad credit. You can have bad credit this month, and then a couple of months later, your credit is A1.
Wow.
Maybe not A1, but it's improved.
It improved.
You're on your way. You can be on your way to A1 credit. So with simple changes, and so understanding credit, and I think that one of the things too is that people should also set their children up for good credit. So as it varies from each credit card, but certain credit cards allow you to start adding a child on at 13. They will get all of your good credit history. It depends on the credit card company, but you have to start checking each credit card company. But if you as an adult have great credit and have had a credit card that has good credit history, a low balance, always a low balance, on-time payments, you can in turn add your child onto that credit card. By the time they get out of high school, college, they have great credit. It all starts with that. Yeah.
I want to interject something. I mean, you're giving us a lot of great information. They're gonna have to hit you back up and watch this again, because you dropped bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb. So right now, I'm about to say we're gonna get ready to go to a commercial break, but I'm about to give the trivia question of the night, and that is also a salute to Father's Day coming up this weekend. The question is, who created Father's Day and when? And you can win a Sassy Nails pedicure for free. So that is hooked up with the Damn Jam as well as Win Network. You see at the back, and we are sending that out to whoever can come up with the answer. Who created Father's Day and when? And so we get ready to pay some bills. We'll be right back. Y'all stay tuned for the I Give a Damn Jam.
Stay tuned.
Hang on in there. We're going to be right
Welcome
back.
to Win Network, where we are looking to create the win-win in business. Have you ever had the problem, once you've shot some great photos or great footage, that you needed someone to edit it? Look no further, we got your solution. Editors Are Us. Leave it to the experts for all your post-production needs. We are here for you 24/7. Post-production is our specialty, but we shoot, produce, direct, consult, and train anyone interested in digital storytelling and any form of video production. Music videos, documentaries, live streaming, promotional videos, corporate events, weddings, you name it. We can bring you broadcast quality production at a very affordable price. Come check out Editors Are Us.
You ready to fight for the cure? You ready to fight for breast cancer? You ready to fight for good health care? I give a damn, you give a damn, I give a damn. I give a damn, I give a damn. You give a damn, oh, we give a damn. You give a damn, we give a damn. You give a damn, we give a damn. No, you give a damn, we give a damn. You give a damn, we give a damn.
Wanda Robinson. And today's yes, we are basically putting out here on the show. Today's topic is know your worth. And we're getting ready to show a clip of a segment. It's a 2-3 minute clip, but we want to get your take on it after we check out this clip. So John, go ahead and roll that clip if you could. This is called Know Your Worth. And just like you guys in the real estate field, you all have to have a appraiser. You know, we have to appraise ourselves and know our own worth.
Absolutely.
So John, are you gonna play this clip?
Now, if I go to the store and there's something for 90 cents, can I buy it with this dollar bill? Okay, all right. So if I go to the store and there's something for 85 cents and after tax, it ends up being 96 cents, can I buy it with this dollar bill? Okay, all right. So what if I ball the dollar bill up? Think about it now. Like, I just balled the dollar bill up, like, so it can't be worth $1 now. It's probably worth like 95 cents, right? How much you think it's worth? $1. Listen, y'all gotta pay attention. I just balled it up, so clearly it's not worth $1 anymore. All right, so maybe, what if I step on it? What if I stomp it? I just stomped it. How much is it worth now? Maybe 65 cents, 68 cents? It's still worth $1? Okay, what if I ball it up? What if I stomp on it and then I put it in the trash can and it's in here with some trash and it's around some beer and some gum and a bunch of other nasty stuff and some guy off the street pulls the dollar out, unfolds it. How much is it worth now? Maybe 82 cents? And come on, at least 92 cents? It's okay, all right, so what if I ball it up? What if I step on it? What if I put it in trash and then, watch this, I tear it in half? Think about it now, right? How much is it worth now? $1? I could tape it? Whoa. Shh. Wait a second. I just balled it up. I just stepped on it. I put it in trash. I pulled it out. Then I tore it in half. And you mean to tell me I can pick the dollar up, I can wipe it off, and I can put some tape around it, and it's still worth $1? Then why, if this dollar doesn't lose its worth or its value, then why do you feel like you've lost your worth of value? Because many of you feel like you've been stepped on, you feel like you've been pushed aside, you feel like you've been abandoned, you feel like you've been talked about, you feel like you've been abused, like someone took from you, someone hurt you, somebody took advantage of you, and deep down inside your core, you feel like you've lost some of your value. And I am here to tell you today that this dollar still has worth and value, Because there are some men years ago who put value over this life and said that no matter what happens to it, it can still be taped back together. It can still be wiped off. And I am here to tell you that you were created and you're born and you're here and you have life and you have purpose and you have value. And though you've gone through some hard times and though you've experienced some depression and you might be wanting to hurt yourself and you might want to give up, I am here to tell you still got worth and value. And there is nothing that can happen that can take your worth and your value away. So what you gotta do now is you gotta pick yourself up. You gotta dust yourself off and you gotta keep moving.
Peace. Know your worth.
Yeah.
No, you're worth. No matter what you've been through, you're still worthy.
Huh?
I said, no matter what you've been through, you're still worthy.
That's what it is. And that's why we give a damn on this show, because we all are important. Like I said, I grew up with a family of real estate investors. You, Melissa, had to go through house shopping. How was your experience with the house shopping?
I tell you, sitting here hit so many key points. Like she said, first of all, you have to get over the hump of not being like, oh, my credit is bad. Because for me, my problem was I didn't have no credit, which is still bad. Like, you need a credit card. You got to keep your credit low. Your card low. So
right.
You just literally, I would just use it just to like pay for small stuff and pay it right back off.
Yeah.
People need to understand credit cards is not really for like you to buy all this crazy stuff. It's literally just for you to purchase and then put it right back. So and like she said, right now it's a seller's market. So right now it's not easy, but I think a lot of our community and are starting to realize that hey, the rent is so high, you should own, which I just love that so many are looking to buy. And just like you said, just don't give up. Like, don't give up on your search. I'm not exactly where I want to be right now, but it's better than paying like really expensive rent.
Yeah.
But just don't give up. Like, my best friend just bought another house, her second house at 33, but she just didn't give up. Like, she was just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna find this no matter what it looks like. So don't let yourself get discouraged. We need you to have a class, okay?
Yes.
Because I still learn stuff tonight in 20 minutes. Like,
yeah,
we
I'm definitely here for
it.
Yes, indeed.
I'm here for it. And especially what you just said is because sometimes my clients that come to me, some of them are okay, their credit is good, they have enough saved, and they're ready to go. But a lot of my clients are not there yet, and that's okay. But it's like having the wanting to get there and the determination and doing the sacrifices and the work, because sometimes it does take work. Sometimes you pay, sometimes you have to pay your credit card bills down. Sometimes you have to, save more money. So sometimes you can't go
purchase this.
Right.
That was one of the main things. Like, hey, you got to chill out. They can't see that you do all this crazy stuff. So
yeah.
But I think purchasing a home is like a big deal. It's really a big deal. It's really a big deal purchasing a home. It's a big deal.
Yeah, it's definitely a big deal because it can open so many different avenues for you as some people are just it's just them, it's the individual. So individually it can fund a different life for you. If you have children, it can start legacies. This could be your first investment property.
Hold on, I got a question. Cut you off a second. Does it boost your credit score if you pay it off faster? Brother Dame wanted to ask that question.
So what is it that you're paying off faster? Because so a couple of things. Installment loans. First, I want to say that I am not a credit guru, but I know a little bit about credit. But in my experiences, having an installment loan is always a good thing. So when you have unless it affects your debt to income ratio. So installment loans are things such as student loans, which student loan will that's a different subject, but I'm just giving you an example of student loans. I'll go into student loans and what I think about them later. But so student loans are installment loans. Car loans are installment loans. If you have like a personal loan, those are installment loans. So good credit. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I was reading the comments.
Oh, to get it started, you have so installment loans, credit cards. You don't want like 20 credit cards. If you have 20 credit cards, fine, but you just need usually like an installment loan, maybe 1 or 2 credit cards to get started. Usually the better, the more major. So like a Visa is always great, but if any credit card is good if you pay it the proper way. So it depends. If you pay off your installment loan, and sometimes paying off things can affect your credit because it comes off of your credit. So credit is one of the trickiest part of this process, because sometimes if you pay off that installment loan fast, then it comes off of your credit and you lose that entire credit history.
Wow. Okay.
So you want to keep it around. Right. You want to keep it around. Sometimes you may need to say refinance some of those things in order to help your debt to income ratio. And what I mean by a debt to income ratio is meaning the amount of money that you take home to what is on your credit report. So what a lender does is they look at what you bring home, the gross income, and what things they say that are being paid on your credit. And that is your debt to income ratio, along with what your mortgage payment would possibly be.
Got you. Molly Robinson, Molly Mall, shout out to Tom O Show and all them. He says, pay things off slower. Most of the time that can help things build it a little bit faster. So
yes.
Shout out to him, basically.
That is true.
It's an art and method to this madness, you know what I mean? So that's what's up. So
Tim Robinson, yeah. One more thing I'm going to say about credit real quick.
Go ahead.
A lot of people think, okay, you have a credit card and I pay my credit card every month. Why is my credit score not good? Okay, so if you have $1,000 credit card and your balance is $900 and you pay that bill every month, you're not going to get good credit. You have to keep those balances low.
Yeah.
Because the higher you are, the closer you are to the credit limit, they think that you're in distress.
Yeah.
Meaning they think that you are in financial trouble, so they keep your credit score low. The closer, so if you have it's usually, the amount that you should have on the credit card will vary from person to person. Some people, as you stated, will buy get your gas, get your coffee, pay it off when the bill comes. But keeping it at least, I would say the minimum is 30%. In what most of my lenders have said, 30% of whatever your balance, the limit is. 30%. Yes, 30% or less. And you don't want to keep it. But some people are like, well, I pay my credit card, I pay my bills every month. I don't know why my credit is bad. It's bad because you are too close to the limit. Right.
They're using a credit card like and I used to do that. And I was like, and my best friend was like, that's not what it's for. It's literally to show that you have good payment history. Like I put this, I put this, literally, but I would just, like you said, gas, nails, like something small, and let them see that. And just like you said, if the credit is, if it's $1,000 and you at 9, your credit score will not change.
Your credit score is tanked.
Really.
These are things that people really don't know. The average everyday person does not know. It's so many folks. I'm over here in Ward 8, and Ward 7 is also where my Aunt Darcy raised me, along with Uncle Jerry now. So I got a better understanding of things at an early age. I haven't bought my first home just yet, but I am looking to do that. What do you think is the first step? Is a first-time home buyers program that's still out there? I mean, how would I go about that?
So your first step, I always think that your first step is your realtor, because your realtor besides you, your realtor and your lender are going to be the two most important people in your transaction. So
you and a lender.
Right. I'm like, what realtor? You talking about
somebody else, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So those are those are your two most important people. And as a realtor, I'm going to connect you with people that I know can get you to closing. You know,
Okay.
I know they can get you to closing. I know that they can provide you the resources that you need to get there. And then finding out, we need to always know where you stand. I'm big on knowing where you stand. So you need to you need to know what's on your credit, and your credit on Credit Karma or Experian or any of those things like that are not what the lender sees when they pull your credit. So
What they see.
it can be totally different. Your credit score on Credit Karma can be so much different than what the lender sees when they pull the credit, because they use a different, it's like all these different tiers to credit scores and credit. You know, I don't get involved in that. That's not my expertise, but they're different, but they're very different. I've seen people like, oh, I looked at Credit Karma and my credit score is 650, and then when a lender pulls it, it's 600. You know, or sometimes it could be 630, but it can be very different. So in order to have the most clarity, you want to have an actual lender pull your credit score, see exactly where you stand, and then you're able to then stay exactly where you are or make adjustments on getting your credit score where it needs to be in order to be approved.
It'll humble you a little bit. You know, because experience it make it seem like boom, like, yeah, I'm doing it, you know, and they pull it and like, what?
Exactly. Yeah, it can. And sometimes, I mean, I've had it where it's been close. I've had it where it's been completely off. I've had it where it's been higher. I've had it where it's been lower. You know, it's really, it's no exact formula for where it will be. But the best way to know where you exactly stand is to have an actual lender pull your credit, and they can say, these are your scores.
Okay.
And you go from there on staying where you are or making adjustments to improve your scores.
You service what areas?
I am licensed in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. However, I also have a great network of realtors all throughout the country that if you are looking to, you know, relocate to another area, I'm sure I have a realtor friend in that area that I can refer you to.
What about lenders? Lenders, you know any lenders?
Absolutely. I work with great lenders in this area. Some of them are licensed in other states as well, but I definitely have I've worked with a lot of lenders, of course, throughout this process, but of course I have the best now. Yeah, I have a great network of lenders. Yes.
That's what's up. Where could people find you if they want to get this great information? Talk to me about that. Where can they find you? Your social media, if you want people to contact you, talk to me about that. Let them know where they can find you.
Yes, absolutely. So I am Shawanda Sold It on all social media platforms. And so that's SHAWANDASOLDIT. So Shawanda Sold It. That's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, everything is Shawanda Sold It. My website is also ShawandaSoldIt.com. My phone number is 202-553-6436. And email is Shawanda@ShawandaSoldIt.com.
Excellent. That's easy for folks to remember. I have to get it because I got different names, different things, whatever it is, and that is
simple.
Go forward.
I love it.
Shawanda Sold It.
Shawanda Sold It.
Who sold it?
Shawanda Sold It, y'all.
Okay. Yes.
Your vibe, you are a boss, okay?
Uptown.
Wonderful.
You know, you're a boss. I love it. I love your
Appreciate you guys. I'm ready to come back whenever y'all want me.
Well, you know what? We're definitely doing this network I started is basically inspired because of my sister Ebony Ellison and also Van Pugh, who were going to Oklahoma University pursuing their degrees. And I got so in love with the Black Wall Street movement and how everybody connected with everybody in a small circle. The dollar went around like 6-7 times before it left out of the community. So I'm doing it in my own different way to bring up different stories that people may need people may need your help, people may need her help because she works in physical health as well as exercise training, physical training, as well as working in the health department at Howard University.
Okay.
You know, as well as sings her face off. You know what I'm saying? We have been up at the station doing a lot, so you got to check out her music. She is
I
a movement by herself. Oh
I
yes,
love
I'm definitely gonna get it to you. I know your email address now, so we're gonna send
Yeah,
it to you.
send me
So,
some stuff,
and we're gonna send me
please.
some of the that she does too. So this, what would you have to say, I guess, to anybody who's looking to get into the business that you're doing?
Okay, so yeah, I would definitely say real estate is a awesome business. I can't see my world without real estate right now. I am happy to be in it. So if you're looking to start in real estate, I would say definitely the first start is taking the course. You have to take 60 hours depending on where you go. All of it I think is 60 hours, which usually covers the national and the state portion of the exams. And then after that you interview brokerages when you start out in real estate. So now that I'm 7 years in, I know what I know. I didn't know what I knew 7 years ago. That's just anything. You come, with experience. But you want to find a brokerage that's going to provide you training to teach you how to run a business, because real estate is not a hobby for me. It is a business. This is my business. This is how I live. This is how I, everything. So you have to run it as a business. You need to have CPA, all of those things. You need to be, I'm instead of LLC, I am an S Corp. So there are things that you need, get you a great accountant once you get into into the business, and make some mistakes. It's just a part of life, but that's what you start out with, taking that course. You take the exam, and then you find a brokerage, and then you put all of your find out what type of realtor you want to be, what your expertise is, all of those things. That's how you get started.
Excellent. I mean, that's if you're really about it, and if you really do give a damn about doing something you enjoy, that's the road you're going to have to take. Is there a certain school or class that someone could take? Is it online, or do they have to go to the actual spot?
So most of the places, in order to get started with taking it's the principle and practices of real estate usually. So you take a national portion, which that means that. So when by that I mean, if you whatever state, you have to start in one state. So I started in DC. So I took my DC exam first, and then after that, once you get that one license, then you can go to Maryland and take the Maryland portion. So I can go to California and get licensed as long as I take the California state exam. To understand their things with real estate. So you just get started with finding those classes. Most of them are online now. Due to COVID, most of them are online. I took my in-person because that was 7 years ago, but a lot of them are online now, and they probably have in-person ones as well. So it just also starts with where you want to, what place you want to start being licensed in first.
All right. You heard it here first. Shawanda sold it. Nobody else need to know. Go check out the realtor. She have just gotten.
I just heard something. Hold on, y'all. You said Shawanda sold it. Nobody else knows it. That is a lie.
We about to do some bars.
Bars. My bad. I heard. Okay.
We created we're gonna jam in a few minutes. That's the whole situation of this show. This is our second season, but we are doing our thing where we always want to get a good plug of someone in the community that's doing their thing. I am a little biased. I do like my folks of Ebony Hugh. You know what I mean? Because we have gone through the struggle. We've seen how racism is played in the real estate world. It's so many different things that you can look up to show how they have documented keeping us in certain situations and giving us raw deals. I'm thankful that you're in the game to leverage the playing field.
Yes,
so
that is a big goal of mine. Definitely a big goal of mine. And one of the shows that we definitely need to talk about is when you inherit that house.
Oh, yes.
And prior to inheriting the houses, having the proper wills and insurances and things in place so that you don't have to end up in probate court if you don't have to end up in probate court.
Shawanda knows it.
Showing itself.
Shawanda knows it.
That's gonna be your other one too. Shawanda sold it.
on the noses. I see it. I see it. Like,
We're gonna have some commercials for you. You know what I'm saying? We shoot the commercials. We have singing a tune for you. We're gonna upgrade, in other areas because you helping us upgrade in the areas of knowledge and wisdom about what it is that we need. Because I do want my own home. I see you having many homes. I want a couple of homes. So it is what it is. We're gonna be definitely consulting with you. But we greatly appreciate you coming by. You already family, so we're gonna have to spend that next show around. Molly say something about them Robinson. Either way, yes, because he, it's a plug, it's a Robinson. I mean, my man Molly Robinson is plugging that, and he's like, yo, I'll listen to all of the. Okay, yeah, so that's what he's giving that plug right there. Shout out to the Robinson, and shout out to the King, Mr. Robinson. Tell him happy Father's Day for me. You know what I'm saying?
Happy Father's Day to you as well.
Thank you. Yes, I appreciate it. We're getting ready to wrap this up, but we want to know what type of music you listening to. Who you listening to these days?
Future.
Okay. All right. How about on the R&B tip? Who are some of your singers you listening to? Who you like? Because I'm about to get you the plug on this one right here. You know what I mean?
So I am one of those people who I listen to all genres of music. So that could be country, that could be pop, that could be rap. So if it sounds good, I will listen to it.
That's what's up. Well, we're gonna pay some bills, and we're gonna get back, and we're gonna do a throwback video before we do an actual live session. So you stick around and check out a throwback video that Melissa and I did on a collaboration one night. And then we're going to come back with the jam session to just close out the show. So you can check out a Throwback Thursday video from the two of us. We did a event up in Northwest. So y'all check that out. John, you can go ahead and shoot him the clip of that one.
All right.
Throwback Thursday. Yeah.
y'all ready for this one?
No quitting allowed.
We wrote this one right here, 4 years ago?
Yeah, this is a minute ago, but it's still an inspiration. Hopefully it's a time to join and keep getting inspiration. For those who keep enduring, don't hang up about having some rocky starts, because it ain't about just how you start. It's how you finish.
It ain't just how you start, but finish. It's the wild things you gonna witness. And your business. It ain't just how you start, but finish. It's the wild things you gonna witness.
You gonna witness the wild stuff, partner.
It ain't just how you start.
Put down, get skunked. Sitting popping junk fans, worry thinking I'm going flunk. It's rocky seas, but my ship ain't sunk. Now I pump, Hall of Fame numbers up like Emmitt Smith and I pump. I won the game, but my first half stunk. Turnovers discuss my team, halftime over dreams, shake like a king. A crooked world while some drink lean. I take a V8 mind travel with green, exercise daily, chase a dream, and it ain't over. Instead of that lady sing, laugh, it's funny to lose a team. You win, you lose, it's hard, knocks behind the scenes. You win, you lose, you learn, everything is everything. Critics inspire me like Martin Luther King until I showed them the wonders and the joy life brings. Headed for the love contract in the grave. Shit ain't over till it's over. It's the
That's
motto.
how you start, but finish. It's the wild things you gonna witness. And your business, baby, it ain't just how you start, but finish. It's the wild things you gonna witness. And your business, the same it ain't just how you start.
To make it to the top and be next to blow. Get reckless, yo, just like Plexico. And Ojo Cinco, he was the next to blow. His wife is a lit match at a Mexico. Take my dog, I'ma let that go. Fumble the big, yeah, big, wanna get your dough. Wise a men, the gyms out, slide them in the court. Wanna cross me over like I'm opposite. They wanna make sure that they don't have a dime again. All my ballers from DMV, we grind to win. Live by a step, still hurt. I can cry again, this is life.
Sherman and Dave, big Ayo, back to the ship. Two shots in my this thing. After the kids to get a championship. Keep going.
Welcome to Win Network, where we are looking to create the win-win in business. Have you ever had the problem, once you've shot some great photos or great footage, that you needed someone to edit it? Look no further, we got your solution. Editors Are Us. Leave it to the experts for all your post-production needs. We are here for you 24/7. Post-production is our specialty, but we shoot, produce, direct, consult, and train anyone interested in digital storytelling and any form of video production. Music videos, documentaries, live streaming, promotional videos, corporate events, weddings, you name it. We can bring you broadcast quality production at a very affordable price. Come check out Editors Are Us.
You ready to fight for the cure? You ready to fight for breast cancer? You ready to fight for good health care? I give a damn, you give a damn, I give a damn. I give a damn, I give a damn. You give a damn, oh, we give a damn. You didn't know, you give a damn. You didn't know, we give a damn. Oh, you didn't know, we give a damn. You didn't know, we give a damn.
Mike. I pressed it. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm getting ready. Hey, and you kick. Shit, kicked her out the session. We get ready to close this show. You got the song already? There she go. There she go. Hey, listen, we appreciate you coming through the I Give a Damn Jam show. Were you able to check out the last video?
Yes.
Okay. That was when I still had the locks. You
I
know
know.
what I'm saying?
I was like, oh, he had his locks.
Yeah, that's when I had the locks. You know, we was down at WPFW. But we thank everybody who tuned in. Also, we want to announce the winner, Molly Robinson. You know what I'm saying? He won a free pedicure from Sassy Nails on 4th and Butternut, black-owned nail salon. Shout out to Misha, my sister from another mister, Uptown, boss. Y'all go through and get y'all nails did over there at Sassy Nails. Who's teaming up with us at Win Network, Wisdom Inc. Network, YouTube. We about to give it.
See.
We keep getting a little technical difficulties, but we about to get right into it. That's all right, y'all. I give the damn. Hey, Shawanda, thank you for giving the damn and coming on the show.
Thank you
Yes,
so much.
indeed.
I love what y'all doing, and I appreciate you guys for having me on. And like I said, we got to get some more things because we have to get the information out for us to get that Block Wall Street going again.
Exactly. It takes all of us. It takes a little bit of everybody, the artists, the entrepreneurs, all of us mixed in there in that unisex salon of the neighborhood. You know,
Yes.
working in the salon, that you see everybody going for their dreams and stuff like that. So I'm proud of you, girl.
Thank you. I
Wow.
appreciate you.
Yes. Get ready to get started. Just a little jam, just a little out the door outro.
All
We got
right.
so much more that you gotta hear with this queen here.
Yeah, because that one did not do because of.
Yeah.
I was like,
She has not been able to really get busy. We just give it a little bite size. You know what I'm saying? But the big concert is coming soon. And we want to do that. So we get ready to rock now. Like I said, it's just a little potpourri of some of our gifts. We just freestyling. It's not anything scripted. Hey, got the music coming. Sister, I give a damn. Yeah, we just trying to hear this music, y'all. We about to get it in. Come on, baby. Either way, we're glad that y'all's tuned in. You know what I'm saying? We having a little technical difficulties on getting this music pumping, y'all.
No, we can't do it that way. We just freestyle off of it.
Come on, we'll take it to the top and put it.
Okay, give me a second, Bree.
All right. We gotta be patient. But salute to Molly Robinson. You know what I'm saying? You can get them toes done, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just got my first pedicure for the first time, like last week. Thanks. Shout out to, I can't remember what salon that was, but I see the difference. Where do you get your nails? Have you been to Sassy Nails before?
I have been to Sassy Nails before. It's been quite some time, but I go to LP Nail Biz and she's in Lanham, Maryland.
Okay, great. We appreciate supporting our sisters in business. You know what I mean? So she was aware to shoot my podcast last year, and yeah. Either way, we're going to tell you what. Okay. Yeah, we still wrapping it up over here. We still getting our situation taken care of, you know what I mean? But it's well worth the wait, you know what I mean? Just got a few little technical things that we're doing right here. And also I think it's only appropriate, like I said, to have classes like this because people don't really get it all sometimes in one interview. So we're going to continue to have you back and also talk about that show that you had proposed. Okay.
Hey.
Lord, come on, y'all.
What?
I mean, we could play TV.
I could. I can't have two on. Just keep talking.
Yeah, I'm definitely letting them know. Molly, everybody in the comments that's still here, we're just waiting on one little thing to get right. Y'all stay tuned. Hey, John, give them one more update about what we do as editors on Russ, please, and also play that other video that we had already stored.
Your Bluetooth on your phone? Or you can't check your
Have you ever had the problem once you've shot some great photos or great footage that you needed someone to edit it? Look no further, we got your solution. Editors Are Us. Leave it to the experts for all your post-production needs. We are here for you 24/7. Post-production is our specialty, but we shoot, produce, direct, consult, and train anyone interested in digital storytelling and any form of video production. Music videos, documentaries, live streaming, promotional videos, corporate events, weddings, you name it. We can bring you broadcast quality production at a very affordable price. Come check out Editors Are Us.
You ready to fight for the cure? You ready to fight for breast cancer? You ready to fight for good health care? I give a damn, you give a damn, I give a damn. I give a damn, I give a damn. You give a damn, oh, we give a damn. You didn't know, we give a damn. You didn't know, we give a damn. Oh, you didn't know, we give a damn. You didn't know, we give a damn.
Please hit the place with style and grace. Allow me to lace these lyric dishes in your bushes. Who work rooms and make moves with all around me. Back in the club and where you find me. The black club, back in the host, who's behind me. Bad question asking, blunt passing, music blasting. But we just can't quit because getting got I can't creep with. Get that pepper secret, why not? Why blow up my spot? Cause we both got hot. Now check it, I got my Mac and Greg get in the bed. Believe me, sweetie, you gotta better see the needy. Don't need to be greedy, I got mad friends within this. See note by the layers, through the hard players. Jump in the rover, come on over, jump into the CS Street. We got that chronic monitoring cuz. Honey, yo, I'm asking. Most of these brothers think they macking. Who they attracting with that line? What's their name? What's their sign? Soon as they creep their mind, I just creep up from behind and I ask her what her interests are. Who you be with? Things that make you smile. What numbers are down? You gon' be here for a while? I go call my crew. You go call your crew. We can rendezvous at the bar around too. Lands to leave, hood keys a little fee. Roll the blunt up front and roll up another blunt so we can steam on the way to the telly. Go to my belly. A T-bone steak, cheese, eggs, and what's your steak? Conversate for a few, cause in a few we gon' do what the hell. Ain't that right, boo? Forget the telly, we just go to the crib and watch a movie in the good movies from hell while you do me good. Put your hands in the air. I never put your call me Big Pop. I love it when you call me Big Pop. Gotta get up in the hey, cause I need a baby tonight, but she be having my baby. I'm feeling her right here. She knew the whole song though.
had a little technical difficulty, so we couldn't do the live. Just that is one little technical difficulty, but don't trip. We got more coming. We have an I Give a Damn Jam concert coming. We have jam sessions coming, and you guys stay tuned. So I thank you all. And China, gonna have to check you out and see what you talk about on this mic, Miss China. She said, you know, she gonna bring the pain, y'all. So next show, you might have to see what she's talking about, Melissa.
Yeah, we gotta see, cause don't go off that clip, sis. Don't go off that clip, sis.
She said you want to hear me. I'm saying,
Yes,
I mean, we do want to hear you, but you know what I'm saying,
show.
we want you to come on the show and do that. So I'm gonna check out what you next. You know, we got each other's information. So that's what we're gonna do.
Y'all still on?
Are we still on? Yes, we are still on.
All right, let me give y'all a little bit.
A little bit. Ow.
Stand over there and wait.
Still trying to get it together. Yeah, can y'all hear that? Say what? Say, it's the I Give a Damn. It's the I Give a Damn Jam. Uptown, it's the I Give a Damn Jam. It's the I Give a Damn. Hey, yo, I don't stand tall, but I'm gonna make a sense of fake it to the Undertaker, then a party with the rum shakers. How I get busy. My heart learned long ago. I got the stronger flow down the mix and longer. Don't call me Geronimo. Drop shit phenomenal. From DC on down to Guantanamo Bay. Got to make them think about their faces. Be the judgment day, poetical lines, and so many astray. I'm the shepherd of this hip hop block. Been chosen to separate wolves and sheep's clothing. Classical hit maker like Beethoven. Mozart, Brahms, Bach, born without a block. Just the skills to shoot against the gas. Rock smashes, high classes, the dirty asses. The birds down to the slum. Say what comes to inflate it from the my rap chums buried on 54 punish the tail like you had a bad report card. Plan made fools like these. Well, listen, the whole ghetto symphony. Like some Ellison T. I-R-T-Y wings. I'm with Melissa Deal. I'm about to rock some things. I mean, the jam.
The I Give a Damn Jam. It's the I Give a Damn. It's the I Give a Damn Jam.
What?
It's the I Give a Damn.
I give a damn.
The I Give a Damn
Do you
Jam.
give a damn?
The I Give a Damn. It's the I Give a Damn Jam.
Do you give a damn? I said, do you give a damn?
I said, what y'all wanna do? Let the people see you in the
No cows in the Washington time. Metro section, that's what style that be class. I won't keep denying. Got products to look towards that. See me in my city, now about to open doors now. Open door that dirty rings won't pal. I give a little more. If that's the deep serenade, where the toys not in the belly. Northwest and southeast. More party than peace, politician paradise with the drama don't see. Shiny honeys, you might be kids with all types of heat. Snitching the focus on, we stay mom in the street. Well out from Chocolate City, where the gas is. We got some animals cheap. Keep your hand in peace. Say, I give a damn.
I give a damn.
I give a damn.
I give a damn.
Do you give a damn?
I give a damn.
I give a damn.
Cause I give a damn. Hey, I said I give a damn jam. I give a damn. I give a damn. I give a damn jam. I give a damn jam.
I give a damn.
Hey, cause we give a damn over here in South DC. This is how we do it, fam.
So
we give a damn.
7.
That's right.
Thursday. We gonna be rocking with it. See it, I give a damn. Yeah.
I said we give a damn.
Yes, we do.
That's how we do it.
Yes, we do.
We give a damn.
Yes, we do. Every Thursday. 7 o'clock. Y'all told in Wisdom Inc. Network.
We give a damn over here.
See?
I know what CD come on.
Yes, indeed. Y'all
To Win
stay tuned in.
Network, where we are looking to create the win-win in business. Have you ever had the problem once you've shot some great photos or great footage that you needed someone to edit it? Look no further, we got your solution. Editors R Us. Leave it to the experts for all your post-production needs. We are here for you 24/7. Post-production is our specialty, but we shoot, produce, direct, consult, and train anyone interested in digital storytelling and any form of video production. Music videos, documentaries, live streaming, promotional videos, corporate events, weddings, you name it. We can bring you broadcast quality production at a very affordable price. Come check out Editors R Us.
You ready to fight for the cure? You ready to fight for breast cancer?